My name's Michelle. Today I'm excited. I'm going to be showing you how, despite going through hurricane, having to tackle deadly creatures and having major surgery, despite all of this, I managed to change a grossly overgrown forest into a fun, functional poolside area that everyone can enjoy. The foliage was so thick that you couldn't even see the fence boundary. But I started at one corner and slowly started to cut back the trees. This tree accidentally fell over into the neighbour's yard. So as you can see, we've got a skip and it's already full and there's stuff beside it that needs to go in. I've already done quite a bit of work, but yeah, I'm obviously got a lot more on my plate. There's obviously a ways to go here. So I'm going to call and get another skip delivered and hopefully that can get taken away today. It's a Friday. And really, I guess I'm just making this video to procrastinate about what I have to do today. I felled a few trees and I'm just starting to realise, A, I probably need a chainsaw, and B, what have I done? It's like ground zero, man. As I cleared out the foliage in the left-hand upper corner of the yard, I was delighted to find a wall that would serve as a great projector screen. So first stage was cutting down all the big trees, and then I had to get them all out of the yard and cut down the low foliage. Although it appears like all of the trees are gone here and we're back to bare ground, there was still massive tree stumps that I needed to remove. I tried to remove them by hand and with my chainsaw, but there was just too many and they were too big, and it would have literally taken me weeks to get every tree stump out. And so I needed to hire a big tree stump grinder, and I really needed help with this because it was such a massive, scary machine. I was just too scared to use it on my own, so my partner helped. And then the very next day after we ground out all the tree stumps, I had to go for my dental implant surgery. So that meant I needed a couple of weeks off while I was recovering. But this has been 2 weeks after the operation, still with quite a swollen face. Okay, so I'm recovering from dental implant surgery and I'm supposed to be doing nothing, but I'm going stir crazy. I'm not supposed to exercise for like 4 months, right? And I've got to do the right thing. Anyways, so the backyard project is on hold for now, but today I went to the cactus shop and in Chindra, it's mad. Anyway, I bought some cactuses and they're like, what sort of a car have you got? And I'm like, Tesla. Look, I've got like a Tesla, full of cactuses. Can't see the back there. Oh, dear. And so I had the first members of my motley crew of cactuses or cacti, which I wanted to make a cactus garden. The next thing to do was paint the fence. Because I was trying to level the ground out, I then realised I had to dig out the roots of the massive bird of paradise plants that were there from under the ground as well, because they were really moist still and the ground was really wet. It took ages to dig them out and they left these massive craters in the ground. So by this point, I still had heaps of stuff to rake off the ground and more roots to dig up. And the task was really daunting. I felt I'd never be able to lay the turf. So when I cleared out all the foliage, I realised that there was a sunken area around the top left-hand side of the block next to the pool, adjacent to the wall that I was going to use as a theatre. And I wanted to use this sunken area to create cactus garden with white stones. I painted fence again because the paint job with just one coat was not good enough, and I wanted all the woodwork as well, including the retaining walls, to be white. So I took this opportunity while I procrastinated about digging all the roots out to paint all of the woodwork, repaint the fence again, put the cactuses in and put at least some white stones down. I was waiting on delivery of more cactuses, so I didn't want to put all the white stones down knowing that I'd have to just dig them up again. It took days to dig out all the roots and leave all these craters behind, and also get rid of all the leaf trash on top of the ground. And then, of course, I found more roots that needed to be dug out. So it seemed that the garden was this massive dirt pit for weeks and weeks and weeks on end while I got the ground ready to lay the turf. And I kept finding more massive, giant bird of paradise roots to dig up, literally. And this was the last root I dug up. Then Cyclone Alfred came along, and so I couldn't get back in the garden for another week. It was dreadful. And I've been waiting so long for all my cactuses to arrive, the giant ones. And finally, the day before they arrived, and of course, there was no way I was going to plant them in the garden then. And so unfortunately, they had to live in the foyer of the house throughout the duration of the storm. So my cactuses have arrived. So here they are. Hopefully no one gets spiked by them. Luckily, my partner's pretty chilled. They're quite imposing. They look really good in the backyard. And then there's a couple here too. Unfortunately, the cyclone brought down the wall that I was going to use for cinema, but I'd purposefully also left that horrible green floaty out, and it didn't blow that away. In the middle of the storm, we'd had to pull the wall down because our neighbour had whinged about being on the fence. Of course, he didn't help us to pull the wall down. The night after the cyclone, we went out to dinner at the Mexican restaurant, and to my delight, I found a couple of big limbs of cactus that had fallen off the mother plants in the garden next to the Mexican restaurant. So we wrapped them up in blankets, put them in the back of the ute and brought them home. And the day after the storm, I planted them in the garden. I then also planted the massive cactuses that had arrived the day before the storm. I've been hankering to plant these cactuses for days now, and I'd been hankering to finish the cactus garden for weeks, so I couldn't wait to plant them. And finally, I could put the white stones down that had sat in the driveway collecting rain for days. But I still wasn't very satisfied with the cactus garden. I thought it was pretty sparse. And then it was time to clean up this wall. I've been really impatient and just dying to use my plate compactor that I bought several weeks earlier, and so I probably broke it out a bit early. I'd leveled out all the ground and broken up the topsoil after digging up all the roots and then raked it over. But it seemed that I needed to do something else before the plate compactor would really work. It was really hard to push around and it just wasn't working. It was getting stuck in all the ruts and things. And finally, the day came that I could lay the turf. And the fence sectioning off the cactus garden had come down in the storm as well, so that needed to be removed. So I got some screens from Bunnings, which I quite like. I then had this massive area under the step to clean up. There was 2 parts to it. I won't bore you with showing all of that in detail, but I had wondered what I wanted to do with this area. I wanted to capitalise on this space too, make it lots of fun. This is now under the veranda. I decided to put more fake grass down and continue with the theme and lots of swings. You'll notice that because I'm neurodivergent, every chair's got a novelty to it, be it a rocking chair or a swinging chair. And in this section here, I still haven't gotten my 2 bubble chairs from the UK. But lots of fun. These swings are just really nice to hang out under the cool of the veranda. This is the sunken area behind what was going to be the movie screen. It's now like a nice, really lovely recessed area with a couple of really cute rocking chairs in it. I really love these screens and the lights and how it all opens up to the cactus garden. Behind the screen to the back of the yard was where I was going to have my workout area, but there were 2 issues. Firstly, I couldn't see the TV in the daylight, and secondly, it was quite hot. And my workout area is now changed over here. I've got a portable TV to use when I work out. A few more swings. There's lots of water features, which are super cute and give a calming noise during the day.